Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of Windows Phone Central, here with a video review of Doodle God for Windows Phone. It's an Xbox Live game from Joybits. Doodle God is a game about alchemy. Here's the intro to the game. It's got a few different cinema sequences like this. They have some nice narration. Okay, now to start with, you only have these four elements. Tapping one expands them. Now the whole game is all about combining these elements and trying to reach the number at the top, starting with 4, and eventually you'll end up with over 100 and then 200. Okay, so we just created lava, and there's always a cute little quote or proverb whenever you make a new element. Do water and air mix? Steam. Dust. This one has created two different elements. That happens sometimes. If they can't be combined, it makes a clicking sound. Sand. That's fun to play in. I've just made a swamp. Okay, so that's the basic structure of the game. As it goes on, you'll discover more and more interesting things like human beings and mythical creatures, technology. It's a lot of fun right at first when you still have a reasonable number of things to combine, but it gets more complicated as time goes on, and at that point it can be difficult to keep track of what you have tried and what you haven't tried. Down at the bottom, you can use a hint if you like, but if you do that, it disqualifies you from a couple of achievements, so you basically don't want to do it. The game has 4 different quests. These are like basically epilogues, you could say, or just shortened versions of the game with ever so slightly different rules. 20th Century Greatest Inventions is exclusive to Windows Phone. Okay, in this particular thing, you are trying to create all these different inventions by mixing different items together. Combine 2 computers, and you get the internet. And so basically, you would go on and on until you've discovered all the things that you're supposed to, basically all of these time periods. That's how the quests work. They add a few extra hours of gameplay to the game. There are also a couple of mini-games you'll unlock as you play the main game. Here's Match Tricks. Basically, elements are falling from the sky. Then you can try to match them up. And you'll get little combos going depending on how they mix. It's okay if you really buy into the whole game and remember the combinations pretty well. I guess this would be decently fun. I'd probably rather play a real puzzle game though. Then there's Be Joined, which is pretty similar to Bejeweled. Only it's much harder and less fun than Bejeweled because you have to see what combines with what, or remember what combines with what. Which I just didn't really feel like doing. Anyway, the main game and the extra quests and mini-games all combine to provide a good amount of playtime. Whether or not you enjoy the game is a different story. It really takes a certain kind of mind, somebody who likes trial and error and recording everything they've tried, because it's just about impossible to actually finish the game if you don't use some kind of guide, or at least write everything down. But, assuming you do use a guide, the achievements are easy, and that's nice. At the time of this review, the game has not been updated to support fast app switching, and it's got a bit of a bug regarding a couple of the achievements that have to do with using hints. Hopefully those things will be fixed soon. The developer has promised such. Anyway, Doodle God is only a 99-cent game. Very good deal for achievement hunters especially. If you like science, if you like trial and error, combining things, or just achievements, Doodle God is not a bad buy. Thanks for watching. Read the full review at wpcentral.com.